On
Really hidden
Earth,
and
Epstein
potentially
was
very
above the law.
manipulative, control
But
through
why did he commit
information.
A
suicide?
different kind of
Is the
power,
trillion-dollar
Showing.
question.
Okay,
Epstein
finally,
Dead
let's talk about
Diaries.
the impact
Number
and the
1.
ongoing mysteries that still surround Epstein. His death in 2019 ruled a suicide, but do you remember the circumstances? The jail failures, broken cameras, guards moved. It was messy.
And extremely messy. It fueled a lot of distrust.
And his death meant no trial. So victims were denied that full sense of justice in court, which is very different from, say, Ted Bundy being executed after his conviction. The consequences, though, have been real and continue. Ghislaine Maxwell's conviction was huge. The Epstein estate has paid out over $150 million to victims through lawsuits. And the cultural impact documentaries like Filthy Rich brought it to a massive audience.
The fallout is undeniable.
But more than that, the case really ripped the lid off systemic failures in prosecuting the rich and powerful. It led to UN experts demanding that absolutely no one should be beyond the reach of justice. And it's still ongoing. There are efforts to unseal more files, even now in 2025, that enduring scrutiny, that refusal to let it just fade away. That's different from many historical cases that eventually just become history footnotes.
So if we connect all these threads, the picture that emerges from the source material is anger. Well, it suggests Epstein's alleged crimes weren't just about one deeply disturbed individual. It paints a picture of unchecked power, immense wealth, and elite influence, creating an environment where, allegedly, horrific exploitation could be systematized and hidden. It blurs the lines between sexual offending, trafficking, and elite corruption in a way that's deeply unsettling.
So for you listening, what does all this mean? How does it shape our understanding of justice, especially when you throw vast power and money into the mix? This deep dive, looking through the lens of Abdullah's article, really hammers home just how unique this case was in its scale, its methods, and the systemic questions it forces us to ask. Which leaves us with a pretty important thought, I think. In our world, with more information flying around than ever, how do we actually make sure that transparency and accountability reach everyone? No matter how high up they are, no matter who they know, what will it really take to make sure that phrase, beyond the reach of justice, becomes meaningless?